Hey, this is Russ. How do you know when it's time to quit? Yeah, how do you know when it's time to just give up? Now, you all know my feeling is always don't give up, right? But there's got to come a time when it's time to call it quits, that it's finished, it's done with. So I want you to think a little bit about that. Is it basically the time to quit when you don't feel the pain anymore? Is that the time to do it? Or is it the time to quit when you've hit a certain range of motion? Is that the time to quit? Or is it the time to quit when you just get tired of it all? When is the true time to stop? Okay. Now, I've done this for 16 months now. Am I finished? Is it time to finish? I think I would like it to be finished, but I know that it's not finished, right? Because I can still feel it. So for me, the time isn't quite there to quit. All right. So I'm thinking when I reach the point where I don't feel it in my knees anymore and that I'm able to walk fairly well, that might be the time to back off. Yeah, it's not time to quit. It's not time to quit. I think the knee has to have an ongoing regimen of some type of exercise or you're going to revert backwards. I really kind of feel that is the case. And just talking to some people in the past about their knees, they have mentioned to me that they had lost some range of motion because they stopped doing what they should be doing. So I think this is really an ongoing thing. I don't think there's really ever a time to quit fully with your physical therapy. Now, many of you might look at this and say, wow, I can't believe it. But I think that's really the true reality of it. I don't think they talk too much about this when you get your knee replacement done. I mean, if you were to hear that from your doctor and saying, hey, once you do this, you're going to have to exercise your knee all the time. Would you do it? You might not want to do it, right? But I think the reality is you have to kind of keep going. Now, you might not do the intensity that you did when you were rehabbing your knee, okay? But you still have to do some basic things. Here's the things that I think you need to do, all right? And again, I'm not a therapist. I'm not a doctor. I don't know anything. All I know is what my body tells me and what I think will probably have to be done based on what I'm feeling, okay? Squats. I think you have to do the squats. Yeah, I think that's a necessary one if you want to keep a certain degree of flexion, okay? You got to do things that'll help your extension. I'm really thinking, because of my own issues, the extension is actually more important than the flexion. I kind of really believe that because really that's the thing that stops you from walking well, okay? So you've got to do something to keep that going. Now, I'm not saying that you have to do hard and heavy exercises. I'm just saying, doing the occasional squat here or there, doing the occasional whatever you do for ongoing extension exercises. I'm still debating what is the good and best ongoing extension exercise to do. Now, what I typically do is I'll sit at a desk, okay, and my chair reclines back. I mean, you see me rocking back and forth as I'm talking on my videos. And sometimes I'll just take my leg, right? Here it is. Yeah, I can lift it up there. I'll just take my leg up here and I'll just rest it on my table. Okay, so now it's elevated. It's resting on the table right now, by the way. And so there's a little incline there. And I'll just let it sit there for a while. Okay. Now, I'm not doing the jazz unit right now. As you know, I'm taking a break from all the jazz units. But I am resting my leg on the tables. When I'm sitting in a recliner chair, I'll put my good leg up, and then I'll just put my foot from the bad leg and kind of land it on the other leg. So let's say this is my foot on my good leg, okay, and my bad leg or my operated leg. I'll just rest it on the tip of the other thing. That'll give it a little height, and I'll just rest it on there as I'm sitting back on the recliner chair. Okay, just something that lifts it up a little bit and keeps it there. So even even that I can feel a little stretch, right? So I think something like that has to be ongoing. I'm still having my leg lifted, by the way. Sometimes people wonder how am I able to go so far with a leg that's all messed up. I may be overweight, okay, but I still have a certain amount of flexibility, and I think that's all based on past Taekwondo work. Okay, now I can't kick anymore. I know that, and I know in the heyday when I was able to do things, I was kicking over my head. Okay, front kicks are a piece of cake. I used to do full frontal splits. Kind of shocking. Couldn't do the side to side splits. You'd have to have some really flexible hips to do that. But I have seen guys do that. Yeah. Watch Jean-Claude Van Damme one day and watch how he does side to side splits. Okay, that's tough. So I think those type of exercises have to be ongoing. Work on your flexion, but I think you have to work on that extension too. So when do you know when to quit? Yeah, you don't quit. You just do less of, okay? But you got to keep going at it. Anyways, just a quick and easy one. Just wanted to let you guys know how I felt and how things are going. And yeah, the leg is still up there. I'll talk to you guys next time.